is, yeah, Esmeralda's actually still open, but because they already have the XP lane, that's not going to happen for T2K. So instead, the answer is more AoE to follow up on the Curse of Blood.
More damage.
More dam, big dam, AoE damage. They go the Odette plus the Claude. So we're talking about 2 heroes that should be able to shine on the Curse of Blood ultimate from this Carmilla. And, you know, with that, that'll also tell us the Roger is going to be in the jungle. So we got the Carmilla in the roam. Claude's going in that gold lane. Last pick for IHC has to be a jungler.
Maybe a Julian.
What are they thinking?
Do they go damage? Because there's so much damage from T2K right now. I don't even think it's worth picking you. They do. They go for the Fredrin. They play it safe, man. IHC keeping it simple.
Man.
I mean, this is definitely like, you know, I'm not saying it doesn't work anymore, but this draft is something we saw, you know, playoffs, right? Back in playoffs of all the MPLs and everything. This draft is definitely a little previous, where we was look as T2K, it's very more forward thinking. It's heavy damage. It's what we've been seeing work, at least in the wild cards so far. And it is a scary composition. It definitely could be risky. All of these heroes are squishy, except for 2 of them. It's very different than where before it was 3 tanks, right? Essentially 3 tanks on your composition. Now it is almost all damage dealers and a strong EXP laner.
That just shows to the dynamics that also IHC can bring to the table, and I think that's what they want to show here in their last match ahead of them in this wildcard Group B fight out, as both teams want to go out with a bang in this best of 1. See who gets the upper hand. IHC, with the lineup that they have, they could really kind of scale up really quickly. Well, my big question is, how do they play around all the AoE damage, the area of effect damage and ultimates that's going to come out here from T2K? Already looking at the emblems as well. You've got the Warcry emblem on Bob, man. Like he's looking for it. Maserap too.
And Yahiko.
Three
Warcries.
3 Warcries. Ooh. Yeah, that's probably the sound they're making, Trex.
That's it. Or the SpongeBob, though.
Yep, that too. You know?
That's my Warcry.
That's a pretty good Warcry. I'd probably be pretty scared if I heard that.
You should be.
All right, well.
Whose comp do you like more?
I don't know.
Oh, ooh, Boa. Going to get pulled back. A little bit of damage, though, onto ZXR as well. Bob forced to run away, but Yahiko with a lot of damage on a Forbid. Can he get the final hit? Able to pick up that Litho Wander and a kill. First blood over to Yahiko, looking for another. Dash away does come from Ethan there. Yahiko going to be able to walk away, but there it is. Feed Roger, baby.
Yep, same thing that happened in the previous game, but in the hands of IHC. This time around, it's Yahiko. I think that was the power of the Warcry, man. 8%. That's 8%. A good percentage. You know, good percentage to work around with, and now you've got 3 on this lineup. You asked me which lineup I like more, Trex. I'm going to say T2K. I mean, I'm a fan of IHC, but I like this lineup idea from T2K because it's a literally big dam. Like, that's what they're going for. They want to play around it. The Swan Song is going to be massive into the Curse of Blood, and I want to see exactly if they're able to pull it off. So right now, I'm just going to go ahead and lean towards T2K's lineup. For IHC, this is also very signature of them. They can actually play this really well. We've seen how dynamic they can be in the past. You know, the previous game was different. But for this lineup, I think IHC really has to play around the fact that they want to fight these objectives because they locked in the Fredrin. It's weird that the Fredrin was picked up last pick, by the way. You know, we typically see him in that first pick for the longest time. Now that's not going to happen. Apex, though.
The damage on Apex down on the boss side. Aizen able to pull off, but taking a lot of damage. Yahiko able to find the kill after being shredded by Bobe. Now Yahiko going to move on to this turtle here. Ethan getting a couple shots onto Apex there. Forbid looking for an angle as well. ZXORA up against Maserap. ZXORA taking a lot of damage. Down comes the Appraisal's Wrath. Maserap about to go down, looking tasty, but he's still able to make it with that passive. Finally falls to Ethan there. Maserap takes the death. Turtle goes over to IHC ESPORTS.
Oh, man. That great team fight there. But, man, that reminds me of the first time I said Maserap, too, you know? It's it's great to see. But for IHC, man, they kind of held it together as long as they could. Ethan getting that kill is going to help them a little bit in terms of the scaling on the Matilda. He's going to be a crucial point. That's why you see them being pretty aggressive here, even on the resources. But I'm not sure if they can really do too much against T2K. Apex holding the line up the front there. Top side.
Apex versus Witch.
They get it out.
Witch, right? Witch.
Yeah.
Which is which?
Which is which?
Which is which?
It's which.
Yahiko, though. Gonna get a face full of taunt here. Apex there as well. A lot of damage on Yahiko. Down about 20%. ZXORA unable to get the Appraiser's Wrath down.
Whoa.
ZXORA finally drops it, but he gets outplayed. Yahiko able to get the Lycan pounce and dodge it. Both teams disengage.
That was, I mean, the amount of burst damage that did come through was pretty impressive, but it wasn't enough to take down anybody. And again, this is a part of the strength of also Fredrin. You know, he doesn't even have too many defensive items just yet. Still could also pick up some magic resistance for himself, but overall able to kind of tank a lot of this, and that's the power of this Charizla as well. Body Smith, Apex should be fine. And I think that's part of the hard part for IHC. Whoa!
Ooh, a lot of damage from Bebex. A 1v1.
Woo!
Bebex able to secure the kill. Taking down Witch there. It's 2-2 right now. About 800 gold lead for IHC. Still a game.
Man, they've been going 1v1 for a while now. I feel like every time we get a glimpse up there towards that gold lane, they're just duking it out using the ultimates they have. But this time around, like you mentioned, you know, Witch gets it. And it's like the Blazing Duet just is not there just yet. That's why Bebex able to get that kill, win the 1v1. But how long does that last? You know, if you're Claude, you obviously need more time. Ethan? Okay, Circling Eagle. Whoa!
Ooh, big penalty zone onto Bob. Onto Bob and Yahiko. Out comes Swan Song though, and Yahiko shreds down Ethan. Bob goes down. Forbid able to pick up the kill, but Aizen will be the next to fall. Forbid now on the run, and he's going down as well. A triple for Yahiko. ZXORA by himself in between 4 members, but he's ready to go. The Appraiser's Wrath comes down, but it locks on a turtle.
Wow.
ZXORA still able to find that objective. Finally falls. Maserap taking the kill. 2 down, a turtle for IHC. Was it worth the trade?
Yeah, and there's, again, here in the gold lane, they're still going.
They just keep going blow for blow, punch for punch.
Hey, that's what they got to do. But, man, talk about that last team fight. Did you see what I was talking about with the Curse of Blood? The way that is used, that's the way that's dropped down on multiple members, and then you just swan song follow up. You saw how fast the Netherrealm got taken away, you know? And some of the first items aren't even locked in, man. You know, the War Axe is there for Yahiko, but, you know, that's about it for now. And there's the Corrosive Ice now locked in for Vich. So they have that. And, you know, when you're playing around this for IHC, they kind of have to be cautious of that set of potential, especially when it gets towards these objective fights. Glowing Wand also picked up, now available for T2K, which is going to help them with some of that, you know, sustainability, because that Necklace of Durance now is in that Glowing Wand. Plays here.
Oh, nice taunt onto Apex. Will get stunned up, though. A lot of damage on ZXORA. Swansong does come out. Forbid taking a face full of that one. Look at Bebex. Look at the runaway. Drops him on sports. Looking for the outplay. Finds Witch. The Lycan Pounce does come down to Yahiko. Able to get the kill. The triple make it. Looking for the Maniac. One more shot in there. It is Yahiko 9-0-1.
This is more of a snowball than IHC for their Roger in the previous game. And again, it's going back to the point, guys, where we're saying Roger is the new him. You know, he is picked up so many times because of this potential to snowball. And we're talking about even when you saw the Sky Piercer picked up, so he's got the Sky Piercer now. Yahiko's completely online, 9-0. And that Warcry emblem was really part of the component to get him to snowball this early on and pump out that kind of damage. So IHC, you know, you think when you see their lineup, they have the tools to deal with this Roger, but right now it's more so of just kind of being a little hesitant to fight against this AoE composition. So now in the mid lane, they're going to be taking their time. Turtle's going to be up here. T2K, though, they are going to go ahead and just take their time as well. IHC has done a pretty good job at securing themselves the objectives, but that's why, you know, this gold lead hasn't snowballed too far at hand.
Black Dragon does come out, maybe just trying to zone right now. ZXORA look for the angle in. Comes Maserap, penalty zone does land on Yahiko and Witch. Out comes Swan Song, and they're all caught in the middle of it. Yahiko with the double once again. Yahiko looking for more, making the triple. Can he get another Maniac in this game? He's going for it. He's hungry. Finds the Maniac. There it is, baby. Yahiko turning up in the wild card. He might not make it to the main stage, but he's showing he's him.
He's going out with a bang. And Trex, that was a great sound effect.
No, that was Leo, actually.
That was Leo. I'm sorry, Leo. That was Leo. Shout out to
great
Leo.
Sound effect.
Great sound effect for that Roger. That's 2 Maniacs at this point.
Ooh.
Oh, Swan Song. All right, going to be used. Ethan's going to be fine, but man, talk about IHC. What are they going to do here? You see these team fights breaking out against just the Turtles. You don't want to see what's going to happen once those Lords are up here. You know, taking a look at this. This is the replay that we see, and just look at that. The burst potential, the damage. He even gets the Turtle, and then he goes for the Maniac. You know, and this is the snowball potential of a Roger right now, and it might be, we might actually see this change, or in the group stage to the knockout stage for MSC, Roger is possibly banned out for some teams because they just don't want to deal with the potential of a snowball like this. Because when this happens, man, whatever composition you have, it's very difficult. I mean, look at this disparity. 13 kills. 13 kills in Yahiko. Like, he is the kill score here.
He's it. He's him.
He is.
Who's got the other one? Maserap. That's the only one.
Maserap has the other one. You know, but it's the lineup that allowed this to happen, Trex. It's the lineup that allows Roger to shine like this. It's the emblem that allows Rogers to do this. And it's just the state of the game, the meta. I mean, look at his damage.
Big damn.
38,000 damage, even against an Odette who is doing, you know, AoE with a Swan Song. And then he picks up the Malefic Roar. So this is getting to the point where IHC, if they're in this game and they want to kind of stall this out, I almost feel like they should just defend. They should just get in the defense mode. ZXORA is kind of checking things out, but I don't think really anything can happen here, even with Vedex down to the bottom side. So they're just going to watch it get taken, and they'll have to get prepped and ready for the defense. They could actually come out with a successful defense if everything falls into place, and that has to come in the form of Aizen getting a good penalty zone, locking people down, hopefully even Yahiko. But that's the thing, every time they choose to fight around the penalty zone, which is their main setup, or the circling eagle, it's like Apex is like, all right, perfect timing, Curse of Blood, let's fight. Oh, here we go.
Force does come down, the chase. The Black Dragon's all right, he goes off the map, and now he's looking for the re-engage, gets a little knockoff onto Ethan there.
Good distraction.
Back in the base, though, T2K just poking away right now. Lord going to be coming soon.
Okay. IHC, look at this. Maserap keeping Ethan from going back, but he's eventually just going to be able to walk back to the base. Conceal going to be used. Are they going to punch this one in, push this into the base?
Nice stun onto ZXOR. Zamon's Force does drop from Bebex, trying to lock onto Apex. If he can get that kill, that is huge. It's going to help out with the defense here. Witch able to take the tower, though. In comes the Swan Song. Bob able to do some damage, followed up by the Blazing Duet. Yahiko still playing the field here, just poking away, and IHC able to defend.
Okay, IHC able to defend. Again, this is only that first Lord, and T2K is going to be happy with just getting that one base turret. And looking at the items here, you can already see that crown available as well for Bob. Has that. You can actually just punch in, especially when the flicker's available. And still, this, I'm wondering if he's going BOD for the last item for Yahiko. You know, nearly item locked at this point. Even defensively, they have most of the things that they need. It looks like, and with Yahiko's confidence on this Roger not dying just yet, he can actually play quite up front, because even if he initiates and goes up front and just pops out as much damage as he wants to, the rest of the team can actually really cover him with a Blazing Duet, with the Swan Song. Those are usually enough to push back IHC right now. So it's even so, like, IHC is, I mean, the fact that they're trying to defend against this in almost a 10,000 gold deficit, you really got to wonder, where's the winning point for them? Oh,
comes out, ZXOR in trouble. Lycan Pounce does come in. Yahiko able to pick up the kill. Wait a second, big penalty zone. Witch goes down, Ethan able to find it. This could be chaos. Bob will fall next. Yahiko falls as well, and Maserap is on the run. IHC finds a beautiful response there. Maserap, will he fall? Bebex able to pick it up. He's 6-1-2 now. I was just about to talk about a Bebex. Could be the saving grace. They got to go back to defend. Don't think they're going to be able to win the game with this, but still, it is huge.
That's huge, because I was just about to ask before that fight broke out, IHC, what can they do to turn this game around? That's exactly what they can do. Win the team fight. They get a triple now on Bebex. You're going to look at the replay here. This was a forced initiation again. Ooh, and, you know, great Bebex timing. This is the overlapping I was talking about. Zaman Force with the penalty zone collapsing down and also not allowing Yahiko to move around the way he's been this whole game. It's just unfortunate. You know, you can see the frustration there too, because that was a great setup from IHC, and it might have been enough to bring them back into this game So, you know, they're still working with a little bit of gold to get here, but those defensive items now coming in. Athena Shield locked in for Aizen. Anytime that penalty zone is available, he is a big component for them doing what they did just previously. So with this, you're going to see T2K take a little bit of a cautious route now for this Lord. Even with a lead they had earlier, they've tasted a... mid lane?
Apex able to use the flicker to get away. Zaman's forced for a flicker. Flicker's got a little bit of a longer cooldown, so good trade for IHC. Going to be able to also claim position over the pit.
Okay, next Lord going to be started up. ZXOra will take it. Also, again, look at this Fredrin taking this damage. It's just the second Lord of the game. Can't just hold it there like they used to, so they kind of have to juggle it around. That's what we see a lot of teams doing. They can make a play around this, goes in, swoops in, but it's just going to be reset. They might just want to go for a fight and actually get a numbers advantage. Looks like Apex is going to be the target, but quite tanky as well on this Carmilla. So right now, also for IHC, they've got their 3 Purifies available, so they could also use those to play around this. But right now, given this whole instance, it looks like IHC and T2K don't want to commit to the Lord. They're going to just kind of feel this area out.
You know, wait a second, conceal play. Apex trying to find a couple targets. Witch comes in with a blazing duet, able to get some nice damage onto ZXOra. Yahiko finds the kill. Petrify. Bebex falls next, and that's going to be the damage in the front liner for IHC. T2K trained to kill. Yahiko looking for the engage. Out comes the Nether Realm, but it doesn't stop. Look at the damage. Ethan falls, and IHC is on the downfall. A double kill for Yahiko, looking for the triple, but Witch takes it from his hands. T2K are going to be able to take this game. Forbid knows it. But wait, they still need minions. Forbid on the field. I've seen something similar to this. Can Forbid pull it off? Yahiko look for the angle. All got to do is focus base before Forbid push to the wall, and that is it. T2K shows up.
T2K will be the team with a massive snowball here. This Roger this time around against IHC as they cap out this best of 1 for them. And man, was it a snowball to say the least with the Roger pick. This is something that I think we're going to continue to see teams utilize really on the compositions that they pick up. Warcry Emblem looks like it's a nice, good addition to a lot of these team strategies when they want to pick some more of these hyper carry assassins, if you will, in the jungle. And, you know, it looked like there was a moment as we look at the highlights here where IHC was like, all right, we can fight back. But then all of a sudden, it was an idea, it was a call. Let's conceal, let's force Apex up and collapse down on the hopes of IHC, and that's exactly what T2K did. It's good that they did it too, because they still had the upper hand, and I feel like if they would have hesitated and stalled out, that gives more of a chance for IHC to turn things around. Again, great initiation and great overlapping here from IHC on this defense, but this is where they go in, great play, they force them all apart, and the Sky Piercer is just taking out ZXOra here and collapsing down. I mean, what did Yahiko end? 18-1. 18-1, insanity, and 21 kills in the game here. So what a massive performance, you know, for this team.